Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. In today's episode, we are once again taking another look at the Big Radials Grumman Goose. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides for Microsoft Flight Simulator, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future updates and future guides that will be coming down the road. Link to Patreon can be found in the description below. All right, my friends. So once again, as I stated, we are back in the Big Radials Grumman Goose. We were going to do a review of a modification that's actually available for it, but I decided to hold off because it has a couple of issues that I felt were a little too critical. So I wanted to hold off. They actually pertain to the cold start process, which I know is a lot of fun for a lot of us. So I wanted to hold off. I don't want to toss that one out just yet. I want to give them a chance to respond to me and hopefully show something that I'm doing wrong with the installation. So, but then I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? I haven't flown the Grumman Goose in a very, very long time. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We are out, you know where, nowhere else other than one of my favorites, St. Bart's. No, I do not think I will be attempting this approach in the Goose, but you know what? With me, guys, you never know. So stick around to the end of the video, and we'll see if I actually decide to dare this approach in the Goose. I can't even seem to match it in the Cessna, but you never know what the world will bring. The Big Radials Goose is probably one of the coolest aircraft that I was able to purchase a while back. This aircraft is just... Don't let the price fool you guys, by the way. It is absolutely worth it if you're someone who does a couple things. Number one, it really enjoys VR. It shines in VR. I think that the frame rate in it is absolutely phenomenal. And there's just something about being in this very old lady in virtual reality that really just, I don't know how to describe it. You'd have to try it for yourself to really understand. But if you're just someone who likes the nostalgia of these old aircraft, it wasn't a fighter aircraft, so it's not like a Warbird, you know. So I know the Warbird series in Microsoft Flight Simulator get a lot of a controversy as well, whether or not they belong here, whether they don't belong here, you know. And I think it really just depends on your mental state and what you're going for and what the immersion that you're looking for as you jump into these aircraft are. This is an extremely fun aircraft to fly. There's something fun about just chilling in it. That's the big thing with this one. Fly the Goose when you're looking to just relax. You want to go find somewhere beautiful. You want to go find somewhere unique. You want to go just take an aircraft that is, you know, older than most of us are and just go somewhere that's absolutely gorgeous and peaceful and relaxing. And I promise you'll love it. And this is where Microsoft Flight Simulator shines over anybody else, is because you have that capability. So now that we've checked out the website, checked out a couple of the screenshots here, let's go ahead and get into the real thing here, guys. I'm going to take a quick cruise around here. We're not going to worry too much about the fancy camera work here, so forgive me here. Just using the old mouse and keyboard, and you guys can get an idea of the exterior textures. They're wonderful. They're absolutely wonderful. The sounds are great. There's a couple of issues with the default model compared to the mod, but I'm not going to point them out if you guys don't. There's a couple just weird little sound hiccups that you can hear at times, but for the most part, you know, I'm just going to leave that as is and not speak any more to that. If you guys catch it, cool. If not, even better. But getting inside the cockpit, I mean, again, you see her age. She's an old lady, definitely an old lady. And this old lady, though, has still a lot of spirit left in her. And today you guys are going to catch some of that. All right. So let the games begin. Let me make sure that I have some sound going on here because I'm not seeing any kind of activity. So give me a second here. I think we can open the window. I got to remember how, so forgive me. Okay, cool. Yep. Sounds are working on the window. You know, we'll leave those windows open for a minute. So you got to unlock them there, then slide them back. Get nice and loud in here. And let's see if I can remember how to do this. It has been a very long time. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to flip our batteries on. I'm a little out of sequence here with a couple of these things, but for the most part, we should be good. Fuel selection. This is our fuel tank selector. Back over here, we're going to make sure we rotate. Oh, went too far. Up to the both position. Our engine cutoffs on and on. Now, you want to watch your wobble pump. So what we're looking for is some pre-pressurization up in the tank. So let me get to a better camera view where hopefully you guys can see that a bit better. There's our fuel pressure that we're going to be monitoring here for. So I'm going to swing back over here. Grab our wobble pump, throw it up a couple times, make sure we have, between 3 and 5 pounds of pressure. We had a little bit over, so I probably didn't need to go that high, but that's all right. And once we get the engine running, we'll take a tour through to the cabin as well. It's got a bunch of little hidden gizmos. So let's turn our mags on. That's the left side. There's the right side. And again, it's been a long time, guys. So if I don't quite nail the startup, I do apologize. I actually think we're going to start at minimum RPMs. We're going to crack the throttle. We want our mixture to full. Flaps we're going to leave up here. And let's see here. I did turn the batteries on, generators on, fuel tanks on, crossfeed set, tanks are set. That is actually your landing gear handle. That's kind of cool. And let's see here. Is there anything else that I'm really crucial on at the moment? I don't think so for being out here. So let's go ahead and try to start one here. Come on. I don't think I'm doing it right, guys. I don't want to use the auto start. All right, so I'm going to try prop up at full. I think it said minimum. Let's try just cracking that throttle again. Let's see. Do we still have fuel pressure in the tank? We do. Pressurization on both look good. So that's left and right engine there if you guys can't see that. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay, so what you can sometimes do is set the prop feathering to, or prop up to full, and then what I did is I pulled it back. She came to life. We went to minimum RPM. So let's try it again with the right one. Let's see. We still got plenty of full pressure on the right side, so here we go. Did the same thing again, feathered it up to full, and then brought it back. And she came to life. Sounds pretty good for an old lady. She does. Oh, not sure what view that is. I think my views are all messed up here. We got to get things squared away. Hang on a second. I'm not sure what happened. Whoa, what is going on here? Okay, let's back ourselves up here. Let's get some things squared away. Let's set that one. There we go. I need to get down in here just so I can see the lights. Yeah, there's your landing lights. Pitot, we'll go ahead and turn on. We're probably not going to fly that high, but we'll turn on just in case. Position lights we should probably turn on. So check it out. You got a cargo bay in here, and obviously fully modeled there. You can walk around there if you want. It'll be kind of a tight crawl space. You can go all the way back over there. That back door opens there for the cargo space. The side door opens over here. There's clocks, there's lights, all that are modeled and functional. Pretty cool. And then what's really neat is you can actually lift this guy up, and you have yourself an avionics panel with a few other options. So we can, like, for example, change the seats. Oh, maybe not. Oh, you know, oh, yoke style, duh. There you go. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. And the yokes, you can also hide them from here. I don't know why I saw seat there. I don't know. And let's see here. Water helper, fishing stool, wheel hubs. What's in the wheel hubs? I want to go outside. What are the wheel hubs? I'm not sure what a wheel hub is. On the inside, maybe? Ugh. I don't see anything. I haven't messed with all of these, if you can't tell. Wheel hubs off. Huh, I don't notice any difference inside or outside. And then the last one is an anchor, which we'll try again later on when we find a cool place to land. Boarding ladder. That's kind of neat. I think we have to be in the water for that because it won't let me lift it or close it. Anyway, got your avionics, all that good jazz. And then if you want, you can simply hide that back away and click right there. Close the door back over. And voila. All right, so we do need to get pushed back. So I'm going to get our pushback helper up. Oops. Center of gravity actually looks good, ironically enough, while we're here. There we go. And let's go here. I'm just going to use pushback express. Where are you? There you are. And we're going to use manual pushback. And we're going to release that parking brake and tug speed. Have it back us out here. And I believe, nope, tail goes left. There she goes. And let's just stop the tug here. We can hold it here, that's good. Stop, push back. And parking brakes are actually... Alright. And then we got our position lights over here. You can set them as desired. A couple of different Recog lights, you can change the colors, change whether it's steady or flashing, blah, blah, blah. I don't really worry about that. We're just here to fly today. So, let's go ahead and get her going. You got a heading hold here. That actually is kind of beneficial. Let's see here. I think we're good. Elevator trim is going to be right down here. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can get a better view for you guys here. There it is right there. That little wheel right there. Elevator trim. Like I said, that's your landing gear handle. Aileron trim. Technically doesn't exist in the real aircraft, but... Oh, I didn't mean to open that. Okay, so let's get rolling. I'm going to set my prop up to full, make sure mixture's still set, and we're going to start taxiing out here. Now, by design, she uses differential braking, but that's actually not even modeled in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hope that's something they address soon, because there's a bunch of aircraft that use differential braking that we should be addressing. So let's see, I'm gonna close that. Close that one. Oop, let's get those windows locked. There we go. Yeah, let's bring it around. Come on. Nice tight squeeze here. Doom, 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 doom. All right, stop it right here. Okay. So yeah, my goal here is to show you guys the aircraft as is by default. And then later on in the week, hopefully get you guys the mod and show you guys what it does as well. They're both fantastic. The aircraft's a ton of fun with or without. Okay, so I'm gonna take off with 30 degrees of flaps just because this is an extremely short runway that already gives me the willies. So I'm gonna take all the help we can get. Flaps are down. Okay. All right, up we go. Gonna power up. Brakes released. We're set to max. Come on, darling. Oof. Airspeed's alive. In for 80. And rotating. Coming back. There we go. Sweet. Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for better if I did it myself. Oh, wait. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be that guy. And then when we hit the gear, check that out. So gear's coming up. There she is, up in the belly. And then let's get those flaps up as well. Let's see here. Oh, wrong way. There we go. All right, let's start pulling some RPMs back. Going back on the manifold pressure a bit. Little hard to see from this angle. Start reducing that rate of ascent. Got some really neat flight hardware that I'm going to be showing you guys throughout the next couple of weeks. Awesome stuff on our way. Oh no! Oh, did you see what I did? Oh, fail. Let's turn those gens on. Oopsie, oopsie. Wow. Nothing like running all that right off the battery. Yeah, we got lucky, didn't we? So my favorite part about this aircraft, guys, is it just flies like a dream. Just sort of chills. Like you just sort of feel like you're chilling from the second you start flying it. And she looks beautiful. And she's fun. I mean, it's a gorgeous plane. It's just got all the right features of it. I think the only thing that I would love to fly over the Goose would be a PBY. I think if we had a really good PBY, it might catch my attention there. But yeah, I love this plane. The Goose is an absolutely wonderful aircraft. It's gorgeous. Just a gorgeous plane. And all that flying there was done hands off the controls. So, you know, I don't know how realistic the mod is. Obviously, I mean, I've barely flown a Cessna, so I have no freaking clue when it comes to a Grumman Goose and how she should be handling. There is a mod, like I said, that I'm going to be showing off later in the week, hopefully, that greatly increases the realism according to the real world aircraft. So better matching real world specifications, whether it be from aircraft behavior, weights, center of gravity, and overall engine performance as well. So we'll be taking a look at that later on in the week. But it got to thinking about, I was looking at it, and I haven't done a video with the Goose in such a long time that I was like, you know what, let's just remind everyone that it's out here first. Now you do need to purchase the aircraft in order to use the mod that we're going to show off later in the week. But I mean, guys, even in its default form, which is what we're flying right here, again, there is no mod installed right now. This aircraft is so much fun. It is so much fun. I've taken trips to Australia with it. I've taken trips, obviously, here around the Caribbean with it, and over in the Bahamas, and just I pick random spots when I go to fly. I've flown it around Hawaii. It's a great airplane, guys. It's such a great airplane. Let's go ahead and do a water landing. Let's see here. How about let's fly over there, over by Princess Juliana, and maybe pick an area over there to land. I would love an aircraft like this. Just to be able to go where you want. Like, I get that its range is limited, right? An old bird like this, but man, that would be absolutely fantastic to fly something like this in real life and be able to go where you want, land where you want, and just like sort of pop down one day and say, this area is mine. I got plenty of fuel. Maybe this island right here. Let's just pop her down right here. So I'm going to start pulling some power off. Stop pulling some RPMs back. We're at 120 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour. We're coming down. That's a beautiful area. See what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you would just be flying around, right? And like, oh, hey, there's a really pretty island right there. Let me land at it and just kick back for the day. Oh, look, there's nobody else around. Talk about going on a picnic, man. And then in a plane like this to boot, I'd turn that whole back cabin area into one giant living space. Think of it as like people who modify like old school buses and everything into RVs. That's what I would do with a plane like this. I'd modify that whole back room where it was just mine. Just do what you want kind of thing. I think the sound, for the most part, like I said, is on point. There's a couple points at which you could sort of catch some oddities, but you got to be looking for it, man. That's why I'm not pointing them out. Unless you know unless you catch it when you hear it. Graphics are great. The textures are great. The way that they drew her age, if you will. They absolutely drew the age of the aircraft well, in my opinion. All right, we're going to make sort of a tight turn here. Watching that airspeed as we bring it around. Really watch that airspeed. Not trying to stall it in a low bank like this. That's what I was looking for, something like that. There we go. See, it'd be something like right there. That's where I'd park it. We'll park it just on the other side here. We'll drop flaps 1. Oh, I think I was better off where I was, but here we go. So we got flaps 30 in, right? Yep, we do indeed. All right, pulling power off. Prop goes back to full. Going back in the manifold pressure. Watching that descent rate. Looking for only about 100 feet is what I like to do. I think we are down. Oh, I do this to myself all the time in these seaplanes. Nose down, nose down, nose down, nose down. Push that nose in. There we go. There we go. Get some nice water effects. Now I'm going to pull the prop back to almost off. Just let her settle in. Let's see what we can do here. Oops. You can see the wake that even the floats are making, which is nice. Now I do think we need the water helper on, because I'm no pro at this. Where are you? Oh, it doesn't seem to be modeled for me. It's not working, Captain. There she goes. Alright, she's turning around. Can't ever remember how to get it. Oh, what's going on here? Why can't I change my views, man? Oh, crap. Oh, that was the boarding ladder. Helps when you hit the right switch. There she goes. So you can turn the water helper on, which greatly improves the steering performance in the water. Oops. Don't want to add too much. I think this would be the hardest part for me flying a seaplane like this, is learning just how to control it on the rudder. And I also don't remember how to. I'm pretty sure that's the water rudder there. But I don't have my tips on, so honestly I don't remember. Let's get her up here. I probably should settle down there a little bit. Like I said, it's been a while. This is why I wanted to fly it. So at the risk of me being terrible at this and worried about me getting stuck, I'm going to sort of just stop the aircraft here. And then I want to check out some of these other features here. So set the anchor down. Should stop us here. Look at that. I'm not sure what that does. I think I'm wrong about that. I don't think that's a water rudder. I think that was just me pushing buttons I shouldn't have pushed. Is what I'm genuinely thinking. What's that first one there? Fishing stool. It's got to come out. Boom. All right. Now I got to come out and see things. Let's see here. Yoink. All right. So we got some static objects here. There's our anchor. We're still moving a little bit, which is interesting, but... Oh, look at that. The fishing stool is up on top of the aircraft. I mean, if that isn't heaven, I don't know what is. Let's be real here. Obviously, we would turn the engines off at that point, so let's just go ahead and do that. Tell me that wouldn't be peaceful. Tell me it wouldn't be cool to just get... Now, if there was like a way to simulate actually getting up there and fishing, yes, I'm that guy. I would probably do it. I would probably do it just because, like, why not? But that is too freaking cool. I love this plane. I absolutely love it. So I'll tell you what. Let's get her airborne once again. Let's see here. Let's put the anchor away. What was that guy? Here, I need to get back down there again. There we go. Never did figure out what the wheel hubs were. Water helper, I'm going to leave that on. And fishing stool, I'm going to turn that off. I don't know why I can't ever use the boarding ladder. Maybe because the door is not open? It's probably because the door is not open. There's the parking brakes, by the way. I don't know if I ever showed you guys earlier or not. I think I got sidetracked. Okay, so let's, I'm just going to do a auto start on this one. Just to let it take care of its business. It knows how to start itself better than I ever will, so let's just go ahead and let that roll. And let's see here. Looks like everything's spinning up, letting her rotate over here. Alright, got a nice clear sight there. Prop going back to full. Start powering up here. We had a nice little fishing trip, hung out with the fam, you know. Didn't catch anything because that's just my luck, I just don't. Let's get those flaps back up to flaps 30 for takeoff. Alright, gonna open her up here, and let's go back to max power. Pitching slightly nose in here, yep, because I don't want it to be bouncing. Airspeed alive. Pulling back on that back pressure, releasing that forward pressure. There's 80, coming up. Come on, come up. There we go. Out of the... Oh, no, we're not. I looked out the window. Shouldn't look out the window. Don't look out the window. Don't look out the window. It's like a pilot should be looking out front or something. I don't know why that's important, but I feel like it is. All right. And passing through 90 knots, they're going to reduce our ascent. There we go. Goodness gracious. Who taught this guy to fly? And now let's go ahead and let those flaps come back in. And let's start turning back towards St. Bart's here. I told you guys I wasn't going to do it, but you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to try it. We're going to see if I can do this damn approach in the Goose. We're going to do it. We're going to do the big one. So where I see here, we're coming on to the east side of the island, south side of the island. South side of the island. So let's come around here. And I'm going to start already by pulling some power back. Slowing her down again. I do not want to continue climbing, so manage that. It has trim capability, but I don't think it had it in the real aircraft. I mean, it might have had elevator trim. It might have had elevator trim, but I'm just going to maintain it manually as much as I can the whole way in. I just figured, you know what, let's just make this as hard and brutal on myself as I can, because it just seems like the appropriate thing to do anytime that I try to land at this airport. So this should be exciting, right? And you guys can see how often I'm manipulating the controls. So, I mean, she's fun to fly. Keeps you busy. Definitely keeps you busy. What's our... What are we set to here? I'm going to go back to full prop here. A little early, but not too bad. Make sure I'm not too worried about... We're basically at sea level, so... I'm not gonna sweat the mixture at this time. Speed's looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and go flaps 1, or flaps 30, I should say. Landing light, I never turned on because I'm a terrible pilot. Ooh, there we go. I wish I could tell you guys about all the neat stuff that we have coming this month for the channel. Some really cool hardware reviews. Really cool stuff coming down the line, guys. General aviation, combat, even some things you might like for some space sims we're going to be reviewing. Got some new MFD screens we're going to be taking a look at. There's so much coming this month. All right, I'm going to do a terrible job and bring landing gear down because I'm already late into my turn and I caught that. I'm sitting here daydreaming about all the stuff that's coming, so I got sidetracked again. All right, let's see. Why can't I see it? Am I really that far off on the alignment here? I'm going flaps full. There it is. Yeah, I really did. I missed that turn by a lot. I don't even know if you should be landing a Grumman Goose here. You know, I think most people would have stuck with the water and walked around the hill. Oh, we had a hiccup. Had a phone call come in, had to terminate the recording, and now I don't know if that helped me or hurt me. We'll find out in a minute. Guys, I hate this part. This part's always so scary to me. Cutting power, cutting power, cutting power. Oh, mama, can we do it? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I should go around. Oh, terrifying. Oh, I'm pretty sure we're sitting on the nose. Oh, that was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I hate this damn approach. I think I would have been okay if it wasn't for the damn phone call, but that really screwed me up. And then coming back in, being so close to the approach, I lost like 200 feet trying to unpause the damn simulator. That's the way it goes, I guess. Well, leave you guys with a little bit more comic relief, if you will, for the Overkill Simulations channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Stay safe and healthy. And trust me, if you are on the fence about this aircraft, give it a shot. I promise it's worth it. Let your mind wander. Let your imagination go, guys. And this is a perfect aircraft to go and just explore the world in. It's a ton of fun to fly it. As always, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.